According to Charlotte Huck's children's literature, the criteria of excellent biography includes choice of subject matter, characterization, authenticity, style, and theme. In this section, I will endeavor to explain how William Shakespeare in the Globe meets this criteria for a successful biography. In terms of choice of subject matter, the choice of subject for biographies has shifted from great men of history to people who embody a spirit of a time and an era. Yes, William Shakespeare was famous, but not in his time. Aliki tells his story by taking what little we know about him and presenting him as a man of his time, a man who took the same wherries down the Thames and watched the swans sail down the river Avon just like any other middle-class artisan. By portraying Shakespeare as an Elizabethan everyman, we get a window into the people and places he must have known, and learn more about the Elizabethan age as a whole. In addition, Sam Wanamaker was not famous. Seeing him heroically work for decades to get the Globe built makes Sam seem like an everyman too. A hero who, like Aliki, like Sam, like the people reading this book, love Shakespeare and the words and stories he crafted, and want to do something to remember him. The story also touches on other important Elizabethan and Jacobean figures such as Queen Elizabeth I, Inigo Jones, Ben Jonson, and King James I. Accuracy and authenticity. Charlotte Huck states that any good biography must be carefully researched, and that sort of research should translate to the words and also to the illustrations. The illustrations convey the time, the place, the setting, the dress of the period, the interiors of the houses, and the very utensils that are used must be authentic representations. Aliki has not only consulted contemporary photographs of Sam Wanamaker and his team's quest to build the Globe, but also paintings, historical woodcuts, and many other primary sources in illustrating her story of William Shakespeare. Many of the illustrations are direct copies of portraits and panoramas from the period. Style. The narrator's tone always pervades the presentation, but a dispassionate point of view is usually reserved for authentic biography. Whatever the form or viewpoint, the background materials should be integrated into the narrative with smoothness and proportion. The tone of the book portrays Shakespeare not as a godlike writer, but as a struggling artisan working to improve his life and improve the life of his family. Characterization. Biographies must not degenerate into mere eulogy. Re-examining should not become debunking. The background of subjects' lives, their conversations, their thoughts, and their actions should be presented as faithfully to the facts as possible. Because there are no personal recollections of Shakespeare, Aliki was forced to create an objective narrative of his life. She acknowledges this in the preface of the book, and then follows him on a journey from country glover's son to aspiring playwright, to established playwright, to royal playwright, to celebrated author. Again, the theme of this biography is the Globe Theatre that connects the worlds of William Shakespeare, which is to say the 16th and 17th century, with our own world, or at least Sam Wanamaker in the mid-20th century. Content. This is a story of two boys centuries apart, but united by their love of theater in general and the Globe Theatre in particular. The first is William Shakespeare, whose story Aliki tells from his birth to his boyhood days, to his rise to prominence in the theater, to his retirement and his death. The second is Sam Wanamaker, the man who spearheaded the project of rebuilding the Globe Theatre from 1949 to its first performance in June of 1997. Aliki tells this story in the format of an Elizabethan play, dividing it into 5 acts. Acts 1 through 4 tell the story of Shakespeare's life, while Act 5 focuses on Sam Wanamaker pursuing his dream. The book concludes with a chronology of Shakespeare's plays and a table of his most famous words and expressions, illustrated with adorable characters.